Story. Class 2A were still catching up with one another. All of them were pretty happy about the reunion except for three people, Uraraka, Aoyama, and Bakugo. Obviously, Bakugo is never happy with anything. However, Uraraka and Aoyama on the other hand, are both unhappy about something more personal. Before anything else happened, a yellow sleeping bag fell through the door. It was someone very familiar. Mr. Aizawa, you're our homeroom teacher. Everyone asked surprisingly. Yes, I am obviously, he replied while standing up. Aizawa was one of the UA teachers who took the most physical damage from the last war. He lost an eye and a leg fighting against Tamura Shigaraki. I thought you were the homeroom teacher for Class 1A, Mr. Aizawa. Ribbit, asked Asui, who was visibly confused of the current situation. I thought so too, but I guess Principal Nezu has different plans for you. The pro hero thought of what happened a week earlier during the UA staff meeting. 1 week flashback. Principal Nezu held a meeting regarding the current state of UA and the plans to reopen the school. Every UA staff who survived the Paranormal Liberation War attended the meeting with two new staffs, Mount Lady and Kamui Woods. Principal Nezu, if I may, why decide to open the school just 2 months after the war? Aizawa asked. I know that some will not agree with my decision, Principal Nezu replied as he attempts to stand on the meeting table. However, I think it is necessary for the students to know that UA is still standing strong after everything we have been through. Besides, I never really planned on opening UA for classes. Where are you going with this, sir? All Might replied. Surely the students won't just sit around in their classrooms. Our students had gone through a lot. As principal, I intend to show my appreciation for our students' contributions to the survival of this institution. Therefore, I plan on giving the students a 3-month-long vacation. Nezu explained enthusiastically. If I may, Principal Nezu, it's not that it's a bad idea, but can't they do it on their own, sir? Asked Mount Lady. I can see how you would say that. He replied, but seeing the destruction left by the recent war, I think it would be best for UA to prioritize the students' well-being. Besides, we have the resources and means to show them our appreciation, he smiled. Especially for those who suffered the most, Nezu said as he looks on Aizawa, referring to the former Class 1A. But of course it will be optional, but if the students want to spend time away from this current broken world, I must do what I must to provide for them, Principal Nezu added. After the meeting, Principal Nezu asked Aizawa to stay for a few minutes. Have you seen it, Aizawa? Nezu asked calmly. All of the former Class 1A enrolled for the semester. Yes, I expected that they would be willing to come back even after all that experience. You know your class well, Nezu replied, smiling at the class old homeroom teacher. Since we're talking about it, I would like you to keep an eye on them. I think a more familiar face would be fitting. I am assigning you to be the homeroom teacher of Class 2A. Present day. The normal homeroom routine happened on the start of the semester. They once again chose a class representative, which of course a position that ended up with Iida and vice with Yaoyorozu. Just like last time. Just like old times, Kaminari grinned, to which to his credit made the class laugh for a second, well of course except Uraraka and Aoyama. Most of the class noticed this change, especially Asui, but for now they decided to ignore it for now, not until after class. Now that you have chosen a class representative, Aizawa said. Still Iida and Yaoyorozu, I guess some things don't change, he thought. You might be wondering what we will do for today, he continued. We are not going to have classes, not for another 3 months. The class was confused on what their teacher said but was happy about the news. So what the principal planned is for the class to go to a 3-month vacation in Nabu Island. Aizawa was interrupted by the class's cheerful screams. Yes, we are going back to Nabu Island. I'm so excited, Ishido cheered, jumping. I wonder how Mr. Matsuda and everyone are doing, Kaminari added, remembering how he was used as a human charger for his tractor. Everyone was happy about the announcement, however Aizawa looked annoyed. Iida saw this and attempted to stop the commotion only to fail because of the sheer excitement of everyone. And then it began. Aizawa's binding cloths began to levitate as well as his hair. Due to his annoyance, he activated his quirk to stop the class from making noise. You didn't let me finish, he uttered, irritated. Yes, only your class will go to Nabu Island. The other classes were assigned to different locations. Do not worry about your parents as we have already taken care of their consents. It is optional though, so if you do not want to go, feel free to tell me so I won't include your names on the tickets. This vacation was intended to be a bonding experience for your class. I know that you of all people would need this, so make it count. Use the time to reflect, mourn and heal. After you return, I expect that you all are ready for the classes waiting for you. Aizawa smiled as he uttered those words. The plan is to leave on Thursday, so make sure you prepare everything you would want to bring. One other thing, I won't be coming with you, so Iida will be in charge. After the announcement, he dismissed the class for anyone who would need the time to prepare. Author's note. Yeah, one of my worst ones, isn't it? Wait till you see the next one.